Good morning, everyone. My name is Meri Robinson, and yes, I woke up like this.
She did.
And this is my husband of 27 years, Erik Robinson,
Good morning.
as well as business partners. We started our first business 25 years ago. And the information that we're going to share today is information for married couples and those that work with married couples.
Yes, so Mary, that pretty much covers everybody. Yes. So one of the things we're going to talk about is give you three strategies, really three strategies for married couples in business. Now, here's the thing with our strategy. I want y'all to catch this. We're going to share with y'all some pitfalls, some common pitfalls that we've gone through over 25 years. We want to give you some of the things to think about because most of these pitfalls, people never think about them. And that's some of the mistakes. So we want to help you miss the mistakes that we made over the last 25 years.
And the first strategy is create a family business plan. And you might ask, what is a family business plan? And that's a plan that tells us how the family will conduct business and operate as a business. You know, Habakkuk 2:2, and I'm paraphrasing it, tells us to write the vision and make it plain so that those who read with it can run. And you'd be amazed at how many people never stop and actually discuss how they're going to do business.
You know, Mary, that's a really big point. Now, what are some of the topics that people should be thinking about when they're talking about their family business plan? I want you to understand this is separate from your business plan. This is your family's business plan. What are some of the things that we should be thinking about as a family?
Well, one hot topic would be how do you relate with and discuss business with the opposite sex?
Oh.
Another one, you want to make sure you talk about money. So what risk and investments are you willing to take as a couple or as a family?
That is true. And one of the things, one of the pitfalls that most people miss is the roles. All roles matter. You know, we look at this, when you look at your family business, everybody's important. The kids are important. Your spouse is important. You know, you may have HR departments. And most of us don't think about that because one of the spouses might be at home taking care of the family. That's HR. Mm-hmm. You know, one of the spouses, sometimes when you're starting a business, one could be funding the business, right? And so that might be your accounting in the funding department. That's another role. So every role matters. You know, and one of the biggest things I see that happens a lot, and this is a pitfall, the person who's in the front, the person who's doing most of the talking, but sometimes it's me, thinks that they're the most important role and they don't understand the other roles are just as important into your family business. So all roles matter. And another biggest thing to me is respect the partnership. You got to respect the partnership, whether it's your spouse, respect the partnership of your kids, because they're giving of their time from you to be in this business.
Yep. And a final pitfall in this area is to share your why with everybody, with your family. You know, we assume sometimes that we're all on the same page or we all have the same why, but our whys individually are very unique. So you want a place that you can have everybody's why. You know, every year we do our vision boards as an individual, and that's a great opportunity for us to drill into what's your why? Why are we doing this business?
And it's a pitfall because sometimes people assume that your spouse's why and your why is the same. And a lot of times they're different. Which brings us to number 2 is identify your strengths. And I couldn't think of a better person than you, Mary, because you're actually a certified strength coach. Mm-hmm. So can you talk about that part?
Yeah, it's important to really focus on your strengths. The pitfall, most of the time, people want to focus and correct their weakness instead of strengthening their strengths. You know, being your best self means playing to your strengths. Gallup has identified 34 they call them Cliff Strengths themes. And that explains basically your talent DNA. Okay. So everybody says, so Gallup believes that everybody possesses these 34 strengths, right? Mm-hmm. However, the way they're organized are different. And that's what makes you unique in your talent. So in Erik's top 5 strengths, communication is one of those strengths. However, when you look at my profile, communication is like 32, you know? So let him do the presentations because that's where he's flowing in his zone. And then me, one of my top strengths or two strengths is strategizing and a maximizer. So I love putting processes into place and really implementing processes so that everybody's able to see the vision, I guess.
Yeah. And the second thing is like really is own your lane, really, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things when I think about owning your lane is it comes to mind is Phil Jackson, one of the great basketball coaches, won 11 championships, and he had this offense called the triangle offense.
Mm-hmm.
He was able to win 6 in Chicago, 5 in LA, and because he had players, or some players with their job was just to be a 3-point shooter. All they need to do is be able to shoot. Some people just need to bring the ball up the court, right? And everybody knew Michael Jordan may be getting the ball or Kobe Bryant was going to get the ball, but teams could still not stop him because he had people who specialize in their strengths. So this goes to show you, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a strength, maximize your strength. And that's a pitfall. Most people are, especially with couples, they tend to fuss with each other about the weaknesses, the deficiency that the other couple has.
Or tries to correct them.
Oh, goodness. I'm guilty. She's great at that, not correcting me. It makes me feel like a superstar. And I'm like, Mary, you got some issues. I'm the superstar. But what she really is doing is saying, Eric, I'm helping you maximize your strength. And it'd be great if you do the same for me. So.
And that brings us to our third strategy, which is it's a thin line between love and business.
Which is why we're in bed, because here's the thing, you know, a lot of times people miss you got to integrate your business into your lifestyle and integrate your lifestyle into your business. And what that means is one of the pitfalls, people try to separate everything. As entrepreneurs and business owners, it's all the same, right? You know, you are your business.
Right.
And a lot of times somebody talked about that, like you're starting off going from employed maybe sometimes to self-employed to growing the business. So you are your business. And integrate the two, because we do a pretty good job, I think, over 25 years. It's just part of our life. So when we go out and do things, it's part of our life. Even the clothes we wear. Like, I love this shirt. This is one of the brands I wear all the time. Is I Am the CEO. You wear it a lot. And that's simply because, so while we're out doing what we're doing with the kids and taking walks, talking about business, people will walk up to us and say, hey, you're the CEO. Tell me, what do you got? What's your business? Mm-hmm. So we're not going out looking for business. We're going out just being us. We're integrating our business, whether strategy sessions that Mary likes to do. We do it while we're doing everything else. So we're always in business because we're always us.
Yeah. And the final point or pitfall that we want to help you to avoid is make sure that you count your blessings. This is a blessing. It is a blessing to be in business with your partner. The fact that you're in business together is a blessing. You know, business overall has its highs and lows, and you're able to learn from all of the process, you know. Yes. So that's always a blessing.
Yeah. And I realize count your blessings because, man, we've had some businesses that may seemingly not did so well, or some people say your business failed and it's out of business. But we have always stayed in business because we've always stayed a couple. Yeah. So the business doesn't define us. The blessing is we was able to work that together, because previously we had our own careers. I would go off to work and spend 8 to 10 hours a day in another place separate from my wife, and you would go off to work and spend time separate from me and our family. So our business allowed us to spend time together. So we've been able to generate income, and our goal is to one day generate income full time together and never have to separate. So ladies and gentlemen, that's our vision. That's our goal. Love you. I want to say for myself, thank you, Xperia. Thank you, Jamie Leanne, for giving us the opportunity. And I'll pass the mic to my wife.
Well, that's it. Enjoy the rest of the conference. Thank you, guys.
She really did wake up like this.